right. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm out here, man. Hey, I'm battling these elements.
I see you got some snow in the background. You've been out there on the slopes.
Battling these elements, man.
I see you got that crimson on. What number you got on over there? Who that?
This is Mr. Rice, Mr. Jerry, number 8.
Okay. The best receiver of all time. I don't know about this.
I don't know about that now. He one of the best. I don't know if he's the best. That guy in Minnesota, he was kind of nice too.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. When he gets to them numbers,
but Randy, you get lost.
I don't get wrong.
That don't happen with
the athleticism. I cannot argue with, but you got to put them numbers up. You got to have them numbers behind you. They both first ballot Hall of Famers. So, but at the end of the day, if you need first down, if you need a block for your running back, you gonna go see Jerry. You're not gonna go over there to see Mr. Moss. That's not gonna happen.
Absolutely.
All right. We getting started early with Sharon. When we with Stephen Harris, he says, "Congrats to Sharon." Well, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to. Don't worry.
Man, he don't even wait, do he?
We wouldn't even in there 30 seconds. We wouldn't even in 30 seconds. And he had to go. I can't be mad at him. He's true to who he is.
Yes, that's my guy. So
you can't be mad at that. All right. Of course, it's January 27th, 2024, and it is Saturday. So please get on the phone. Click like, click share, call your peoples, tell them no. Let them know, that we back on. We got the Gratefulness Journey every day, as always, with Mr. Marcus Holmes written right here, right there. Look at that. Valentine's Day coming up. You can send it to your sweetie. Let them know, hey, I'm in your corner because girls always trying to get their life together. So we gonna help you get your life together, girl. I gonna be your person for Village Valentine's Day. Just let them know how much you love them. Steve says also congrats to Dan Kamau, Coach of the Year for the NFC. And Brett Holmes, GM of the Year for NFC. Those were announced yesterday. So we still got some awards.
Oh, so that's true.
I saw the one for Brad Holmes. I didn't see the one for Dan Campbell. I know that they were still those were coming. But
you're gonna have to have something to hang your hat on.
Automobile Service. Say, what up, fellas? Great to be here. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out who you are on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it because I don't know if that's a guy or girl, or I just want to say thank you to the person who's behind that because they always support us and always get a chance for them to come in and just say hello to us every week. Felix in there somewhere. We're gonna wait for him. He in there, but we got to move on a little bit. Topic of the week as voted by you, our wonderful guests. We have Lions. We want to start first with clock management. They almost messed up last week. They got a little ahead of themselves in terms of looking at the clock, got a little excited, didn't slow down a little bit. They could have got themselves in trouble had Tampa Bay called that timeout and made them punt, and they could have threw a Hail Mary. It could have been a whole lot closer than what it was. It could have been a hairy, sticky situation down the stretch. But thank God that the coach, Todd Bowles, was on his gentleman's agreement and said, hey, y'all won. We're not going to press the issue. At that point, I don't know. I'm trying to get every second about it. As soon as I realized they weren't paying attention, I'd have snuck the timeout on them, and we'd have been we would have had to have a nice little punt going on so we can try and work that out down the stretch. But congratulations to the Lions on that win last week, and they are in the NFC Championship. They'll be playing Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock West Coast time in Santa Clara, in the beautiful new stadium out there. And we're going to see. We're going to talk about predictions and everything like that right now, but we're going to get into the game a little bit. How worried are we about Cam Sutton in his pass defense? Well, Deebo Samuel said he's going to play. He said he's going to play. So we're going that makes things a little bit more difficult. Both teams run very well disguised screens. A lot of those spot passes are basically screens where they'll run a triple screen, actually, right, left, and middle all at the same time. Look at what's the best option, who goes where, get the best matchup, throw the ball out there. They'll go trips to one side. Next, you know, they switch the formations a lot, so you really got to pay attention to what's going on. A lot of their passes are like running plays, and of course, they got the good running back. So Cam Sutton he won't be on as much of an island this week, but they still have a speedster over there who kind of stepped up in the last game. But I think Cam Sutton's going to be okay. I know we make a lot of noise about him. My work name is Cam, so I'm going to support Cam Sutton and how well he's going to play tomorrow against the San Francisco 49ers. And also,
has Brock. What's wrong with this?
You good, man?
Man, I don't know what's wrong.
You might have to take that background look back away. I think that might be the secret. You might have to let it go and come on back regular.
All right.
That might be what happened, but we gonna get you. All right. Let's see here. Has Brock Purdy grown up to get to the Super Bowl? Last year he hurt his elbow really, really early on in the game. He couldn't even hand the ball off. He couldn't even take a snap. So he's back, returned from the injury, had a really good season. Will he go from Mr. Irrelevant to Mr. Relevant, being the last person taken in his draft a few years ago? Now he's one game away, 60 minutes away, just much like the Lions away from going to the Super Bowl. And he has had a good year. He has managed his way all up through the season, except for the last game. He was pretty much a good reason why he is there right now. He did more than just manage that game last week. He was actually able to put people in the right position and make the right plays a little bit more than beyond a regular game manager would. So I think he's grown up. Has he taken the next step? We don't know, because anytime you have somebody who pressures him, teams that pressured him like the way the Ravens did, they brought blitzes from places I don't think he ever thought it was going to come from, and had him a little gunshot. So if the Lions can get to doing that this week, I think that we're going to be okay. All right, let's see here. We'll wait to the next thing. Will Deebo Samuels play and make a difference? Will he play and make a difference? He's going to be out there. This time of year, everybody's injured. He's going to go get that hot shot in that shoulder. He's going to be out there. And he's going to play a little bit, but can he make the difference that he normally does when he's at 75, 80% as opposed to 45, 50%, which he's going to be. But I want y'all to remember this. Where the name Debo come from? Debo came from the movie Friday. What happened to Debo on Friday? Debo got knocked out. So that's what I think was going to be all right with tomorrow. We just can't be scared of him. He can't be coming around taking everybody's grandmama's chains. He can't be riding up on that squeaky bike that needs some WD-40. We got to get out there and play tough with him. First play off the line. We got to give him press coverage. We got to see where it's hard at. Give him a nice little shove. See where he at. That's the name of the game. It's football. We're not out there playing. We're not jumping rope. We're not doing double dutch. We're playing football. So in the very beginning of the game, we're going to go out there and see how tough he is and how he's up to playing. Now let's do a little bit of what if. Just a little bit of what if right now. What if we had beaten Dallas, the Lions? What if the Lions had beaten Dallas? Then they messed around and got that 2 seed. Now we're looking at a home game. They could have been playing Green Bay or San Francisco at home. I just want to dream just a little bit. I know that we don't play a what-if game. We're going to see what's going to happen out in Santa Clara. But what if it could have been we could have been hosting an NFC Championship game at Ford Field. Had the referee had not put his head down in the sand when those gentlemen came over to check in for the game. So let's see here. Let's take a look. Take a couple. Let's see here. Let's see. Steve Harrison said that Tampa Bay would have kicked a field goal if they'd had 30 seconds left. And so he's calling CD Deuce. CD Deuce. CD Deuce, I think, is that the speedster that they have on the other team over there? Or is he talking about CD Lamb putting up all them numbers? Let's see here. Samuels is nicked up. That is correct, Steve. and Lions must stop the run and make the 49ers one-dimensional. I think more than anybody in the league, the 49ers use their run, their play action pass to set up those chunk plays that they get, and that comes through the passing game, which I was alluding to earlier, how they do a good job of setting up those, for lack of better words, those screens, those three-yard pass, 5-yard pass that turns into 12, 15, 19, 25-yard plays, because they'll run a lineman out there, run big 71 out there on the left, and they'll run the guard and tackle on the other side out, and keep that guard in the middle, keep the guard in the center in the middle, and before you know it, they run up the field untouched. So they do a really good job of that, and that's the only way they can really set that up is with that play action pass, that RPO that they do. There's more play action pass in the NFL than there's RPO, but they do a really good job of that, and to stop the run, it just sets everything up. So when they're stopping that run play, the coaches are being taught. I've been taught very well by Shanahan to watch the flow of the linebackers, watch the eyes of the defensive backs, so they can set up 2, 3, 4, 5 plays down the line where he's playing chess as opposed to playing checkers. Speaking of coaching, you got Dan Campbell, who's going to be bringing it all. We gonna get the gambling man. We're gonna get Dan the gambling man, the riverboat gambler. We're gonna see it. What he got to lose? And I really can't do anything but back him up on that. And we got here. We're not gonna get out here and stick our tail between our legs. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna play really tough and do the things we got to get here. I'm not saying he's gonna do every trick book, playing the book like he did against the Rams 2 years ago. I think they're gonna do a really good job of lining up mano against San Francisco. But if there's an opportunity to run a little trickery, I don't see why he wouldn't do it. I think he's going to do so. And I have to agree. That was my next statement. Campbell's playing with house money. No one expected him to be here. So if they don't expect you to be here, hey, let's give them something a little extra to take with you. Like my boy John said, here, let's take that. Take that. That's yours. Take that with you. All right. We're going to move into the NFL. Hopefully we can get Felix back in with us very, very shortly. And we're going to start talking about some of the other games. Last week we had the Chiefs and Bills. I was very, very surprised. Very, very, very surprised that the Bills did not win at home. I was very surprised that they didn't play as well as they did down the stretch. I was not surprised with that field goal, with that swirling wind down there. And I really don't blame. I can't blame the loss on the field goal. There was a couple plays that they missed before. There was a couple wide open receivers on a couple different plays that they didn't hit. They could have kept that drive going. They could have scored a little bit of series earlier. They should have scored on. But when you got to leave it to the elements and a field goal, those are things that happen. That win was really, really tough. I was never able to coach kickers very, very well in my coaching career, but angle that ball into the wind, and hopefully that'll bring it back to where you needed to be. But it did not happen quite so much that way. Ravens just dismantled the Houston last week. That game was tough for a good little minute though. They were back and forth. I kept saying they let the Houston Texans hanging around in terms of the Ravens, and they could something could happen. But then all of a sudden that game broke open after halftime. Lamar went in and said some choice words that he himself said that he was not going to repeat, and they played very, very well that second half. Let's see. We talked about last Saturday. 49ers played against Green Bay. That game was very, very close to being a loss for San Francisco. So that's what gives me a little bit of hope with the Lions going out there this week. Green Bay was playing very, very well. The Jordan Love was finding his receivers, but he did the one thing that he saw his predecessors do at the end: throw the ball against his body at a critical time down towards the end of the game and throw an interception. Stay within your framework. Stay within what works for you, and or just throw the ball away. I don't think it was fourth down. I thought it was third down. Correct me if I'm wrong, where they could at least have an opportunity to run another play or get up the field a little bit yourself, get as many yards as you can and or get out of bounds. And I agree, Green Bay will be very good next season. I thought what they were doing towards the end of the season, they would have done this season, because I do remember picking them to win the conference for this year. That didn't quite happen, but coming down the line, yeah, Green Bay is going to be tough. Green Bay is going to be very, very, very tough. Their future is very, very bright, and I'm looking forward to us playing against them, because I think our future is just as bright. Jared Goff is going to get that contract, I'm pretty sure. A week or so after the season's over, they're going to announce his extension, and then you're going to have the Lions. You're going to have Green Bay. Chicago is going to be good again at some point. Minnesota, even though they were very, very injured throughout down the stretch, they still played tough. They were still in the hunt to get a playoff spot down week 15, 16, 17, even though they had a lot of injuries on their team. And that quarterback, the guy nobody knew his name before he came out there, and that was like their fourth quarterback of the season. He was out there spinning it for a bunch of yards. You back with us, brother? Can you hear me? We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you. I'm so sorry. We got to get you back, man. I don't know. The wheel's gonna get it right. We're talking about. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Give me another word so I can make sure I can hear you. You all right over there?
I'm all right.
All right. All right. Did you get the vape to fix it? Did you put the vape on it?
Yeah, I put the vape with the horse. Man, I'm down. I got to get some more horse.
All right. Biz Marquis said he put the vapors on it.
Right, he put the vapors.
All right, welcome back. We were talking about summarizing last week's divisional games, and we were talking about how the Chiefs and just that fast, I forgot. Chiefs and the Bills game came down to that was too close for comfort. How the Bills really should have won that game, and they really shouldn't be blaming it on the kicker. Talked about how the Ravens kind of let the Texans stick around a little bit too long, and they were getting a little bit of heart because they I don't think they really thought they could play with them. That game went too far into the game for them to be still laying around. Of course, we talked about the Lions messing around with the time on the clock at the end of the game, and the 49ers got a little bit lucky. Not a lot of bit lucky, but a little bit lucky with the playing against Green Bay, and how Jordan Love took a page out of his predecessor's book and threw the ball against his body, against the grain of the field, and threw a pick just like Brett Favre as well as Aaron Rodgers to end seasons.
That's a learning experience. He'll learn from that. He'll grow from that. That's a learning experience.
Yes.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised Jared Goff do the same thing. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, he's known to do a dumb play. What game was it that he took it through the ball backwards? Like here, hot potato. Like, what were you doing? What you thinking, man? Just go down and take the sack. It's okay.
Why not? Yeah, he did do that. Yeah, I think that was the Bears. I think he did that against the Bears.
No, he did that in the playoff game.
He did that in the playoff game this year?
Yeah. When they was trying to, he was trying to get rid of the ball. The guy was behind him, so it was a lateral, and he threw the ball like with two hands.
That was against that was the Rams, I believe. That was the Rams.
Yeah, against the Rams.
That was the Rams.
And
okay.
The receiver, whoever it was, jumped on it real quick. I'd have gotten in the huddle like, I know he can hear, but you better cut that up, man. Keep yourself together. Keep yourself together.
Okay, so what is this? Okay, did you see? I don't know the guy personally. I don't know him, but he broke down the Tampa Bay game. He said Tampa Bay could have ended up beating the Lions. He broke down that last. You seen that? The last minute and a half. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
If they would have taken the time out, they would have forced the Lions to punt, and they would have got the ball back.
If they got excited, they could have just stayed in the huddle a little longer, snapped the ball at 2, stayed in the huddle a little longer. Even if they made them, even if they had called the timeout, it still would have been okay had you just slowed down a little bit. I know the crowd was behind you. You were excited. Everybody come on, relax, finish where we start. If they'd did what they're supposed to do in terms of keeping the huddle right, that a timeout wouldn't have bothered them because even if they'd have stopped the clock, they'd have just stretched it far enough. They'd have been okay. But when you got excited like that, when you get excited, you got the pretty girl. They're trying to get to the pretty girl, so you can't be excited.
I mean, yeah, somewhat. Not. I mean, yeah. Okay, because I'm looking at the comments, and I'm looking at my good friend Mr. Harris. He like Campbell playing with house money. I don't know if I want him playing with my money because he's not a coach, Mr. Harris. He's not a coach, and you're going to find out tomorrow. As long as with the rest of you Lions fans, he's not a coach. This has really been about to be. This gonna really hurt y'all. He's not a coach. Pick up the phone and call Bill.
Belichick?
Yes. Pick up the phone and call. That's a coach. That's what you're missing. You don't have a coach. Hold on. Before you go cussing me out, or not having to cussing me out. No. Okay.
I like the argument.
You see how he's getting frustrated in the press conferences? Have you seen it again? Did you see the press conference?
Come on, Dan Campbell?
Yeah. You see how he's getting frustrated with the questions? He's not a coach. Even with Bill Belichick, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get one-word answers, whatever. But Bill going to answer, and he ain't going to answer. He getting frustrated because he don't have an answer. He's not a coach. Not a coach.
I'm not against that idea. But here's why I'm against it. We've already had 2 or 3 rounds of Belichick people and Belichick type people in the Lions building. It ain't work.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Who was the 3 people?
We had the 3 in the front office and that idiot coach who always keep the pencil behind his ear, who went and messed up Philadelphia's season.
Okay, now as far as Patricia, okay, I get it. But the GM, you can't blame that on him. Because what if Brad? Hold on,
from the head down.
Let me explain. If Brad Holmes would have picked Bill Belichick instead of Dan Campbell, well, okay, Sheila Ford, because that's who we always get a credit to, right? Sheila Ford believed in me, whatever. So when this goes south, right? Who y'all gonna blame? Are y'all gonna blame Sheila Ford or y'all gonna blame Brad Holmes?
Well, in my opinion, I think that's not a conversation for at least 3 or 4 years. So
no, it's not gonna be okay. This
here's why I say that. The talent that they have now, should sustain for at least 1 to 2 more seasons. They're young enough, and they don't have a lot of people under contract where they could be okay. Don't get me wrong. They could totally flop out like New York, like the Giants and the Eagles have. Don't get me wrong. It could happen. But for what I'm seeing here now, if this happened next year, who would we blame? I would have to see how the season plays out. Of course, the first person you're gonna look at is your head coach. That's the first person you're gonna look at. That's how I would always do. And then behind that, you're gonna look at the GM. She hired the coach before she had the GM.
Because he played here. That's the same thing they did with New England. New England didn't play here, but he went and got his boy. Let me go get the person I want to go get. He wouldn't have brought. Think about it. If he wouldn't have got the job, you never would have got Patricia. So he already knew in mind who he had, right? That's what I'm saying. So Sheila Ford already had in mind I was going to get Dan Campbell. Regardless of what the mama said, the brother said, whoever said that they could have dug the daddy up, and the daddy, she still was going to hire Dan Campbell. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it will fall on her, but Brad Holmes is going to take the blame for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But first, it's going to be the coach, then Brad Holmes, then ownership will take the blame.
Sheila Ford, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when it ends tomorrow, and you'll be back here at 1:00, you set your DVR and you can watch that episode of Matlock on MeTV. Go ahead Monday morning, call him into the office. I'm gonna need the keys to the locker room. I'm gonna need all that, and then get the what's the name, and then come pick up the phone and make them to call to New England and call Bill.
I was trying to remember Spillman. I was trying to remember Spillman's name. Spillman was the one that advised Sheila Ford had to get his boy to come in. That was the name I was trying to remember. Chris Spillman.
If you was gonna Dan Campbell, you might as well did Chris Spielman. I would have rather Chris Spielman than Dan Campbell.
No, it was actually Chris Spielman and Barry Sanders was the one who
Right. So
advised
what
her.
I'm saying is, I would have took Chris Spielman over Dan Campbell.
No. He was the advisor. He didn't want to coach. He advised Sheila Ford to hire Dan Campbell.
He should have called me, man. I'd have told him, no, man. This guy, look, what he got Detroit so hyped about, and is something new, is because the little paraphrases, that's gonna dull out, man. I'm telling you, we'll see. It's gonna be like when New Edition kicked Bobby Brown out.
I had a musical analogy too. If that's the case, they could have called Tyrone. We'd all been okay. All right. Let's move forward. Coach of Carousel, we got the Chargers and Harbaugh. We're going to talk about that one a little bit later. Brian Callahan is coming from the Bengals as offensive coordinator to take over the Tennessee Titans. Dave Canales is going to Carolina Panthers. He was the Tampa Bay offensive coordinator. Raheem Morris is going to the Falcons. He was formerly the defensive coordinator for the Rams. I don't know what happened with Belichick in that job. Something must have really bad happened because Belichick was like the favorite.
Yes.
All of a sudden, they hired Raheem Morris. Dave Canales, I know they've been talking about him for a while. Brian Callahan, his name's been thrown around a lot over the last 2 years because of what he did in Cincinnati. So he's the new Tennessee Titans coach.
Who was that? Brian Callahan?
Brian Callahan, yes.
Then Brian Callahan.
His name's been thrown around. Yeah. He was offensive coordinator. His name's been thrown around a lot. So I wasn't surprised when I saw him. I'm not exactly sure.
I think that's the same guy. Brian Callahan used to coach for the University of Nebraska before they hired Scott Frost. I believe that's him, if I'm not mistaken.
You're probably right. But in the NFL circles, his name's been thrown around a lot since they went to the Super Bowl.
There you go.
So I'm not surprised.
You see that? There you go. 3 years in the hunt. The Chargers will be 3 years. The Chargers will be in the hunt. Man, stop! No, they no, not.
We'll get there.
Yes,
we're gonna table that.
Yeah,
we're gonna table that until we get to college football, which is next. They are looking for Ben Johnson. Probably going to go to Washington, which is the Lions offensive coordinator. Aaron Glenn, he may go somewhere. He might go to Seattle. My question is, will Eric Bieniemy ever get a head coaching job?
Eric Bieniemy shouldn't have never left the Chiefs. Look at me, the Chiefs. The Chiefs. He shouldn't have never left the Chiefs. He shouldn't have never left.
I agree with you.
However, you want to know why? Because if Andy win, if they do the miraculous and they win, he's done. He gonna do the Nick Saban and he done. If they lose, he possibly gonna be done too. He shouldn't have never left. He shouldn't have never. I
agree with you, but the storyline was we need him to go here so he can show them that he is more than just Andy Reid behind him, even though all the other coordinators left and got jobs and they didn't say it was because of Andy Reid. So it was the whole whole black coaching thing where he has to prove himself, and he in my opinion, I wouldn't have gone to Washington because that was a no-win situation. You got a lame duck coach. Ron
not that bad.
Ron is gone. Bad. I'm not saying he was that bad. I like Ron Rivera as a coach, but he was a lame duck coach. When that new ownership came in, he was a placeholder. He was just a placeholder at that point. Okay.
So you saying they could have made the playoffs, whatever. He still was going.
He would have had to do something very significant for him to stay.
He would have had to be like, basically, he would have had to turn the Redskins around like the Lions in order to keep his job.
Yes. Yes. Because when you got a new ownership group like that, they normally won't bring in their guy. That's normally how it goes.
Okay. But who wants? That's the thing. Who wants that job? Ain't no talent over there.
Well, I think here. I would say that's a good location. You go into the Washington D.C. You got a rabid fan base who love you, who gonna back you up no matter what. Well, not no matter what. They want you to win. They're gonna be there for you. You got a new ownership group of people who are proven winners in their field as well as other sports areas with Magic and the like. So that's a good setup. So make some good moves in the background. And you also talk about the NFC East, which really isn't that strong. It looks strong. They got some good. You got Dallas. You got Philadelphia. You got them, and who's the fourth team? The Giants. The Giants. So all of them play musical chairs as to who wants to be first or second. Dallas has been there, 12. They won 12 games the last 3 years,
right? Yeah.
And now you got a lame duck coach down in Dallas now. So you in a favorable division being in Washington. So I like the fact that they're in a good position moving forward, depending on who they select as their GM and head coach.
So Mike should have got fired.
Say it again.
So Mike McCartney should have got fired.
Yeah, but once again, who's gonna take that job?
You have to go in that job and lay down the foundation. Okay, Jerry, I'll be the coach, but you got to let me be the coach. If you're not going to let me be the coach, this interview is over.
That's why he's still there. Well, that's why they got McCartney to begin with.
You know what? Okay, we discussed this last week. Until he can't see his way not working, he's not going to change his way of thinking.
Exactly. They literally gonna have to take him. They're gonna have to have a funeral at the Star in Frisco and take him down to no. I'm not trying to be mean. This is true.
Right.
Jerry Jones gonna have a funeral in the Star. Then they're gonna take his body with a police escort to Arlington and the viewing at the Star and had a funeral at Jerry's World for them to make those kind of changes. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You don't think Bill could have did that?
Belichick?
Belichick. Yeah.
Yes, but no. Yes, he can. Of course, with his ways and with his respect, the player's gonna step up and play a little bit more for him. But
Correct.
You still got Jerry Jones that's gonna want to get the credit. And so they're gonna be arguing in the background like him and Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
So I'm not wishing bad things on Jerry Jones. Before that situation changed, Jerry Jones needed to go to the ancestors. I'm not trying to kill him off like that.
You saying he needs to completely give it up?
He either needs to either say I'm just going to show up on game day and do my press conferences, but other than that, he's still the director of operations. Him and his son, director of football operations. He has to give that up. He has to literally be able to stay home and sit in the pool and get in the sauna and get in the hot tub on a daily basis for them to make that transition for Dallas to be the team that they're supposed to be. The talent's there. There's no question the talent's there. Dak isn't your problem. You making Dak. They making Dak do stuff that he ain't supposed to. Dak is a game manager. When he had to do and going beyond, anytime he has to go above and beyond that, and other than doing that little drill in the beginning of the game, no. Hand that ball off, 15-yard out, CeeDee Lamb go 100. That's all he need to do.
To piggyback on what you're saying, you don't have another deep threat neither at wide up. Because if you bring the safety over the top with CeeDee Lamb, it's the other kid, what was his name, number 3 or whatever, he was trash. That's why they got rid of him. He was somebody sitting on the curb. Hey, you want to play for the Cowboys? Sure. So I mean, it's just I don't know.
All right, let's move forward. We got to get to it. The secondary topic of the week: Harbaugh to the Chargers. First of all, you have been correct, sir. You've been saying all year that he was leaving. I've been saying that they've been using the NFL as a tool to get more money from Michigan. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't believe it. I know they having a press conference sometime today for Jerome, or it's scheduled. I still ain't seen Harbaugh on the podium in Irving, California, out there at that beautiful stadium, or wherever their practice facility is. They built a new facility out in El Segundo. It's a beautiful facility.
Did Did you see the comments his brother made?
Talking about how he liked the NFL and how, good Lord, how'd that happen? We have to change. Felix turned the press go, change, or he keep disappearing on me. Harbaugh is, I still don't believe it. I still haven't seen the press conference. Will he get suspended? Will he get them 6 games? Will he still get them 6 games in the NFL like he's supposed to get in the NBA? I mean, I'm sorry, in the college football. Because the NCAA, the rule has been set. After Pete Carroll did what he did at USC, they got it set up now. If you get them penalties, the penalties will carry over to the NFL. And that's why I don't think it's a done deal. I don't think the Chargers are willing to give up 6 games, a third of their season, having their coach not being on the sidelines. I don't think they're gonna let them do every other game, kind of lessen the blow. What's the use of hiring a coach and paying him all that money if he's gonna miss out a third of the game, a third of the season? So I still don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I think at some point all this is gonna go backwards, and they're gonna go. He's gonna go right back over to the Michigan. He's gonna talk junk like he's been doing, and next year he's gonna try and run again. But if he does leave and Sharon takes over, will they go back to the Rich Rod, Brady Hoke days? I think that Sharon Moore is a very good coach. I think he has a good command of the team, but he had a good command of the team knowing that Harbaugh was over his shoulder. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different ball game when you the man. When you come in the room, like they used to talk about with Bobby Williams. Bobby Williams said himself, it's a transition when you got to remember, when I walk in the room, they quiet because I'm walking in the room, not because the head coach walking in the room. Or I'm the head coach. That's a transition he's going to have to make. When normally he can come in, he can dap the players up. How you living? What's going on, big dog? You okay? Now, when you walk in the room, it's, hey, this is the mission for the day. This is what we're going to do. It's a big difference when you're the assistant coach. Now that you are the man, it's a big difference. They talk about his ability to go out and recruit. They talk about his ability to go out and get in the living rooms and talk to the parents. I don't doubt that. But I'm interested to see how this is going to work long term. And my last question was this planned by Harbaugh? Let me go ahead, win this championship. He really hasn't been recruiting heavily. He got some good recruits, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't getting those 5s and 4s like he should have coming up off a national championship. Coming off a national championship, you should have a stable of 5 and 4 star players who are beating your door down. Or when you go in their living room and say, hey, see this jersey? See this trophy? This is gonna be all us together. This is gonna be us again. I'm gonna be driving around in my car without my shirt on, without this tan again. That's gonna be what that's what he should be saying. Sharon Moore can say it. He could say I was a bit cog in the wheel. I was the cog and I was the wheel, but he wasn't the coach. But I wish him well. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody knows that I have my I'm a Spartan, but I still have my Michigan State bias, because when you grew up in the city of Detroit, that's all they talked about was Bo Schembechler this, Bo Schembechler that. Michigan State wasn't even talked about during the season. If they did, it was 2 seconds. They won, they lost. Everything else was Michigan did this, Michigan did that. So when you grow up, you have no other choice but in the city of Detroit, but to cheer for Michigan. But when I got older and I realized how arrogant them jokers was, that turned the tide for me. But I still want to see them do well. I'm not gonna sit here and just hate. But I want to see them do well. Now, and of course I want to see Sharon Moore do well, because that's going to set up for other people of color at other positions in other schools, possibly to get jobs if he does well. Just like in the NFL, a lot of the African American coaches are being hired this year, and this has kind of been in the wake of where did it start? It started with the NFL's initiative, with the Rooney Rule, and also when George Floyd died. They kind of picked it up after that in terms of looking at the GMs as well as the coaches. And it's paying off. But it will be a short-lived experiment, I guarantee you that, if they don't win. It'll go back to business as usual, because that's how it goes. Okay, all right. Hopefully we can get Felix back. We gotta get him an ice pack for the phone, a cooling fan around him. We can get him back. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the NBA. And first of all, of course, we talk about the Pistons. The Pistons are 5-39. They went 1-2 since our last show, and they played right after we finished. They play at 12:30 Eastern time. I forget who they play against, but they have an early tip-off game today, and probably due to the NFL games tomorrow. They have a gentleman's agreement where they try and clear out their schedules for the big games for the other leagues. They do it for the NFL, but the NFL don't do it for nobody else. That's quite honest. First topic really quickly in the NBA, Doc goes to Milwaukee. Why? Why on both sides? Why is Doc keep getting all these jobs? And why would Doc want to go to Milwaukee and deal with that situation? You got a head coach over there who was 30-13 in first place in the division getting fired. Getting fired by Giannis. Giannis vouched for him to come in. Now he got to go after being 30-13. They set that man up. He go publicly on the sideline, pull out a piece of paper and draw up his own little play. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So if I'm the coach at that point, I'm like, okay. Because you know at that point the handwriting was on the wall. It was only one other place for him to go, which was out the door. I wish the coach for him well. I don't know what's going to happen for him next. Of course, he's going to get his money. Is he going to retire? Is he going to spend time with the family and come back, coach somewhere else? Somewhere else he's going to go to college. He's going to go to one of the IMG-like academies out there. Because when you go to places like that, you can say, hey, I spent my time in the NBA and make money that way too. A lot of coaches do that. So I wish him well. But why would Doc want to go there? Why would and also, once again, why would the Milwaukee Bucks want Doc? Doc is a good 82-game man. First round, second round playoff man. When you get further deep in those playoffs, it seems like those decisions that he's tend to make don't pan out. Of course, he got one when he was in Boston. He got a championship in Boston. He's back. We talking about Doc in Milwaukee.
I'm
glad you're back. Did you turn your fan on, man? The one I sent you, turn it on.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. Nope, it's sitting right here too.
We got to get you there. We got to get you. Don't worry. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you. I'm talking about why is Doc being hired in Milwaukee? I'm looking at both sides of it. Why would Milwaukee want him, and why would he go to Milwaukee? I don't understand that. Doc is a good 82-game man. He's good for 82 games. He's good for another 5 in the first round. He's good for another 5 in the second round. When it comes to that conference championship, and also, like I said before, why would he want to go to Milwaukee, go to that toxic situation? I pay attention to KG and the other guy. They have their show, and they talked about, they were saying how Doc was a behind the scenes guy already, how he was consulting with
KG and Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce, yeah. They were saying, I saw that this morning. They were saying how he was consulting, and he felt like, and KG felt like he was. It was like some tampering in the background, to get Doc up in there. But that's their boy, so of course they're gonna vouch for Doc. But the point I want to make is the point really quickly. The point I want to make is when he was in Boston, they wanted it. Those players out there wanted it more than anybody. So when you got players who want it like that, and you got a coach, I'm not saying Doc is a bad coach. When you make decisions like that, and the guys are buying in 100%, they're gonna be okay. I don't know if it's gonna be like that in Milwaukee. You got Dame trying to get his first. You got Giannis trying to
play no D, man. That's the problem. You just said it. They're going nowhere because they don't play D. That Boston team played D. You had Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. What was my man name? Tony Allen. Yeah,
Right.
Tony Allen. Then you had Big Baby coming off the bench. They had players that wanted to play. That played defense. They don't play defense. That's the
Well,
problem.
their defensive stopper, they traded away.
Man, they sent him to he got traded, but he in Boston now. But yeah, right.
In Boston.
Dame ain't gonna check his bag. See, man, no. Nope. That was that. You right with that one. You let your defensive stopper walk out the door. Then I seen I can't think of the guy's name. Was it Jamal? No, I don't want to put the wrong name in somebody's mouth. One of them was like, they should go back and get PJ Tucker. Like, is you serious? It's not. It's gonna start at the guard. Dame ain't playing D. Has Dame ever played D? No, never. He's not about to start now. No.
He good at shells. He's not gonna play defense any other way. He good at playing shells. He good at 1 foot in the paint. He can close out, but he ain't gonna get steal.
I think the hire of Doc was it was a catchy name right now. Doc don't want to do commentating, man. He don't want to do that.
Nah. I agree with you on that one.
And
All right, we have a rash.
Who?
A rash of 60 or 70 pointers going on. Luka's 73.
No defense being played. None, man.
Hold on, Embiid 70. Carl Anthony Towns 62. Sister Squid, Mr. Booker, he scored 62 himself. About my point, ain't nobody playing defense.
Ain't nobody playing. So can you? So you. With that being said, these past 5 days, all them high scores, right? Imagine what the All-Star game gonna look like.
Well, they're already putting up 200 points in the All-Star game.
No. What I'm saying is, it's no more. What I'm saying, right? It's no more LeBron picking or Giannis picking. It's East versus West. What you think the All-Star game gonna look like?
By the third quarter. I got the starters right here. Here go the East Coast starters. Right. Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, Halliburton, Lillard. West, LeBron, Durant, Jokic, Doncic, Shea, Gilgeous, Alexander.
Right.
The coaches that haven't come in yet and filled out the rest of the squad yet.
And my point to that saying is, by the third quarter, mark my words, I was right when I told you that they're gonna be booing it because nobody's gonna be playing D. They're just gonna be coming out shooting. One thing you have showed me, and I commend you for this, when you go back and you watch these games early Friday mornings, it be a shot commercial. A shot commercial. I don't even watch the replays no more.
It's hard to watch NBA basketball. A shot, a turnover, crybaby, free throw, a shot, miss, a bad shot, a dunk on the other end.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch NBA basketball. It really is. All right. Really quick, don't forget to click like, click share, call your friends, let them know we back at it again. Here it is. Early Saturday morning. You're cleaning up your house, open up them windows. Even though it's a little chilly out there, get the fresh air in. Make sure you got your screen windows open so you can get a flow from one end of the house to the other. Get that kitchen together. And why we got to let the blow free through the flow through? You got to get the Clorox out the house. You got to let the bleach go one end to the other. You got to get your all your cleaning products. You don't want to be up in there and passed out because everything is closed. That's why we had to open up them windows. That's why we had to open up them doors. Sweep that dirt on out the back door. Get it on up out of there. If sometimes you got to sweep that dirt up, sweep that stuff up, and put it in the fire pit and burn it up because you don't want to. Yeah, man, yeah. My grandma used to do that. She just put it right on in there, baby. Just burn that right on there. That's good killing. All right, y'all. College hoops really quickly. January 3rd, Michigan coming to Breslin Center play against MSU. We got one team that's probably going to go to the NIT, another team that's probably going to look really hard at finding their coach. And right now, it could be either one.
I'm telling
Michigan
you,
get hot.
No.
Michigan get hot and go to the NIT.
It's going to the tournament. Michigan State is going to the tournament. They going to the NCAA tournament.
They're gonna be the playing team again.
No. Okay. They're 12-7 right now. No, 12-8, either 12-8, 12-7. So that's okay. That's 19 games. I think they got something like 6 left. They can split and finish, what would that be, 15-12? Okay. Here comes the Big Ten tournament. All the top seeds they're going to have to play their way in, but they go into the tournament. Watch.
Okay.
A tournament without Michigan State is like spaghetti with no meat. They going. They going. Watch.
I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna leave it in your hands. But you see what I posted last night after they got jumped on by Wisconsin. NIT.
That was at Wisconsin. That's saying they you supposed to win who you play in front of you, right? You supposed to beat who you play in front of you. Understood. They lost to Wisconsin in Wisconsin. They lost to Wisconsin at home. Wisconsin swept the series this year. Okay. Watch what I tell you.
Okay.
They're going to turn it around, and then they're going to play their way through the watch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Before we move forward, I got to make sure my boy Trail know that the Duke Carolina game is February 3rd, a week from today. We're gonna put something up on the page for that. I know we got some. I know we gonna be moving more into more college basketball. That NFL is gonna be taking a week off, so we're gonna move a little more sports up. So as the NFL goes away, we start moving back into college basketball, more of that for the men's as well as the women, and also picking up a little bit of baseball. And so as we get into the spring sports, gotta make sure we transition. And of course, we're gonna pick up our NBA coverage, a lot more of that. Still, even though it's tough for me to watch it. All righty, women's sports. South Carolina LSU.
Good game.
South Carolina held off down the stretch, 76-70 over LSU down in Baton Rouge.
Good game.
I didn't get a chance to see a lot of that game. I had to cover it late in the office. That I did get to see the end of that game. Should we be worried about LSU and Angel Reese? They've only lost 2 games this season.
3.
Should we? Is it time to worry about them?
It's the 3rd game.
They lost. Okay, the 3rd game. Okay,
because they lost to Colorado, then they lost it. No, you're not worried. This game right here was on Markey. This game right here was on Markey. Karen Markey lost. I mean, the coach lost this one. Okay, it was like this was the pivotal point. It was about maybe 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. She talking to the point guard. The point guard, like, I'm listening, but I got to get the ball over before they call 10. They called 10. That was a crucial turnover.
Yeah, it's 8 seconds, yeah.
Holly Rowe interviewed her and said, what are you going to do? She was like, well, South Carolina is built for this. We're not built for this. What? You're a coach. What? Did you not understand the question? I was like, they're about to lose. Then when Angel Reese picked up the fourth wasn't even a foul. Angel Reese fell and the girl just happened to fall on top of her. And they called Angel Reese for the foul.
Right.
You have to learn, it's called adjustments. That whole game lost right there was on the coach. That wasn't on the players. You don't do stupid. What? Oh, man, we're not built for this. You know, Don Staley them is. Why? Oh, what? You're the defending national champion.
Yep.
That was her.
She said something before the game close to that as well. Before the game, she had put out a statement in terms of how we got to step up and play against them. Yeah. It seemed like she'd already conceded the game. She'd already conceded the game before it even started. Yep. All right. And Sha'Carri Richardson is the focal point of Olympic advertising. She has come a long way. 3.5, 4 years ago, when she had an incident, a bomb pass. She did what she did. She didn't get a chance to go to Olympics. From there forward, she had a little bit of rough start. After that, then she seemed like she's kind of disappeared and came back, world champion, and now she's poised to go to the Olympics and try and win a gold medal. She's that girl again, and I have to give her kudos. I'll be the first person to say I didn't think she would get there because she had that look in her eye like whatever. Seemed like she got the right people around her now. Or the people she got around here, she's listened to the people she got, and she's doing well. So I want to see her continue to do well. And good luck to you. She's a Texas girl, Dallas product. Come on, Miss Richardson. let's keep it going. I want to see you do it. All right. And we are coming down the stretch now. We making pretty good time. As we take a quick pause for the cause for Stupid Sports News.
Oh boy!
Oh well, did you see it, y'all? Did you catch it? It's a purpose. It's a method to the madness. But very quickly, we're gonna talk about Tiger Woods has left Nike. This story I was supposed to put up a couple weeks back. After 27 years, Tiger Woods left Nike. They didn't announce what sponsor he's picking up, but he'll probably get the normal golf ones that everybody else uses. I want to commend Nike, and here's why. When Tiger Woods was down, everybody else was jumping off the bandwagon. All his other sponsors left him. Nike stayed there.
Everybody left. Yep, they did.
Was the Hewer when he had the watch. Yeah. They were doing those commercials. He was doing all the other companies, and they all ran away. They jumped off the ship like rats on the Titanic. And Nike was there. You still can get that TW hat, that cooler TW hat. That was a fresh hat right there. They were there, and they stuck by him. And so I don't think it's much of a leaving as much of it's just time. So Steve says TaylorMade and Adidas is picking him up, but I think it's just more matter of it's just time. It's time because Tiger, as you can see, he put his attention on his kids now. His boy can ball. He can golf. Of course, he looked like his daddy out there with his mannerisms. He got the daughter out there holding the bag. Hey, and that's what you do at this point. Hey, Dad made some money. It's time for y'all make some money. We're going to get everybody in the family business. We're going to get out here. We're going to smile. We're going to get these endorsements. Dad's a grown man now. Ain't out here doing this craziness no more. And we're going to do it the right way. Because I learned from what my dad did, what my mom and dad, and my kids are here with me. Me and my ex, we get along. You know, we probably going to give each other some dirty looks every now and then. You want to go some of them, but we still smile. You still going to smile. But I'm really happy to see it working out for him. Probably the only thing we have for Stupid Sports News is Detroit's own Imani Bates has been recently suspended from his G League team from the Cleveland affiliate. He and another gentleman went to allegedly entered the stands and had some words with some respect there. He's been suspended by Abdul Rahim Sharif Rahim. I always did love that name. He's the commissioner of the G League, and so they're not saying exactly what happened. But from what it looks like, if you just kind of read between the lines, he probably got to have some words with some fans after the game. So he got sent a couple games, which really kind of hurts me a little bit because Imani was that top 5 recruit in the nation. Was going to go to state, wound up at Memphis. He's at Eastern, and he's rebuilt his reputation, and so I want to see him continue to do well. It's because everybody make mistakes in life. Going down to Memphis, going down there, getting to it. The things he got into, then coming back to Eastern and doing well, and then playing his way. He was pretty much the star of the summer league last year. Yeah. So I want to see him continue to do well and reclaim the spot in the big league and go back to Cleveland and do well. All righty, we're gonna do our predictions really quickly. That's why we had him quick change McGee over there. He's what jersey you got on there now, sir?
This is Mr. Lott. I went back to the old school.
Ronnie Lott. Probably my favorite safety of all time is Ronnie Lott. He gonna bring the pain. He gonna drop that elbow on you.
Well, it's gonna be the honorary captains tomorrow, right?
Oh, I did not know that.
No, not Ronnie Lott. It's gonna be Barry Sanders and Joe Montana.
All right.
Yeah, just give you a little FYI. They brought old Joe out.
All right. Joe don't come out very often. You don't come out very often.
No, she don't let him come out very often. Jennifer don't let him.
Jerry Rice be at every game. He don't. If it's a preseason game, he on the sideline. He in the stands. Everything. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God. We got to make the predictions. I'm gonna make sure I get Felix's. I normally let him go first. We got Chiefs and Ravens in Baltimore, the every year gatekeeper versus the boogeyman. We got the Swifties and State Farm versus nothing. Does Mark Jackson even have any commercials, even local? Baltimore people, can y'all chime in? Does he even have anything over there? I'm actually going to go. My prediction is for the Ravens. I like the Ravens. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be close, a lot closer than what you think. Because for some reason, there's going to be a few extra pieces of laundry on the ground, and the Chiefs' favor to keep that game close. But I like the Ravens, and it's going to be a mid-level high scoring game, 31-28. I like the Ravens, and I don't know what I want to talk about this game. The Lions game, I don't know if I want to even make a prediction, but this is what we do. So I gotta give a prediction. All right, we got to get back to glory, which is the Lions. They're trying to get back to that glory, improve it, and make and prove that they're supposed to be here, and getting over the hump, which is 49ers. The 49ers want them to get over the hump, and they got to make sure that they prove that they're supposed to be there. Home team gets 3 points. That's normally how it is. Right now, 7.5, and I'm not even the betting type. I'm not gonna go find a bookie and put some money on it for the points. If I bet you, I'm bet you straight up. Lions gonna win or 49ers gonna win. 3 points, 49ers. Something closer as 27, 24, or 28. I'm gonna say 27, 24. Can we get you real quick?
It froze on my end. I guess I thought it froze on your end.
Let's get your prediction for Chiefs Ravens.
34-21. Ravens.
24-21 Ravens.
No, 34.
I got the same. Say it again. 34-21. Okay, 34-21.
34-21. And 21-13. 49ers. I ain't picking the Lions.
21-13. You said.
Absolutely.
2013. Okay. 49ers. All right. Almost forgot. I had a few people contact me and say, Felix owes us an apology, talking all that junk about the Lions, how they ain't supposed to win, how they not gonna win all that. I said, Felix ain't gonna apologize.
What am I apologizing for? That's what I'm not understanding. Preach out to me. What am I apologizing for? You did what I said you was gonna do. What am I apologizing for? Win the Super Bowl. Yeah, look, y'all win the Super Bowl. I will personally on this show at 12:04. I will apologize. But if you lose and don't win the Super Bowl, I want an apology. Can we make that even? Where are the comments? Can we make that even? I'm willing to do it.
We're gonna write it down. We're gonna write it down.
Yeah, write that down. I'm willing to do it. Y'all win the Super Bowl, I will get on this show and I will apologize. But if y'all don't win, can I get the same thing? Look at Steve Harris. No. See, that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
All right. Our next show is February 3rd. February 3rd is our next show. The Red Wings are now 25-18-5 with 55 points, still in fifth place, 14 points behind the Bruins. Last week, Felix was 2-2. I was 1-3. So we're going to see what's happening next week. Don't forget, we got a lot of shows in the Love and Stuff Diaspora. Love and Stuff on Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern. Dr. V on Wednesdays or somewhere around noon. She normally has her show where she does her show. Love and the Scriptures, Love and Music, Love and History with Brother Williams, 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. These are all the shows that along with ourselves, Sports Talk with Kamau, Felix, and the Love and Stuff Diaspora. Check them out. They're easy to find. YouTube, Facebook. Just look them up directly under those names. You'll be able to find those shows. Thank you once again for another great show. Tomorrow is a good sports day once again. We can turn on the Pistons if you want to at 12:30. We got football tomorrow. We're going to find out who's going to be in the Super Bowl. like I always say, the fan in me holds the line.
You didn't say who you picked. Who did you pick?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I said before I picked the 49ers by 3. Home team always worth 3 points. Being at home, I got 27-24 49ers.
Okay, well,
not because I really want the Lions to win. I really do. But I got to be realistic.
Why?
Home team is being home is worth 3 points. But even though the line is 7.5, in all reality, it's a 3-point game. You're looking at about 3-point game.
So and then you got who win in Kansas City?
I got Kansas City. No, I got the Ravens 31-28. Ravens 31-28.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. I figured it'd be San Fran and what's the name in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Long as the Pussycats don't go, I'm good. That's all. Because like I tell Rochelle Weathers, I'm telling Steve Harris, and I'm telling all you Lions people, we'll make you laugh, we'll make you cry. And you about to cry.
But see, I say you live by the cheers, you'll die by the booze.
What? Man, where did that come?
That's T.I. That's T.I. saying, if you live by the cheers, you die by the booze. Same thing. We'll make you laugh, make you cry.
See you next week, man.
All right, everybody. Have a safe day. Get some sun on your face, get outside and walk around. Have a great day, everybody. See you next week. Get that Sports Talk merch. Sports Talk merch.